Hey yo, what's up, people? Got some boxing news for the week. Just some thoughts on my mind. Everything that's been going on. First up, I know earlier this week, y'all already heard about what happened with Paul Williams, the Punisher, and that's truly tragic. How he ended up in that motorcycle accident. And, Paul Williams. Paul Williams, man, if there's one thing, I could say about Paul Williams is that, whenever he stepped into the ring, whenever he came to fight, you could tell that he was out there, to put up his best performance and to live up to, his nickname of the Punisher. And that was one thing that, you could really say about Paul Williams and never be wrong about it. He's a guy that, was positive. He's a guy who, had a lot of heart. He's a person, you could look at one of the few people in boxing, with the big names that you could look at him and, his actions tell that he was a person that had, good character. This dude, he just loved the sport. And, not everybody who get paralyzed stay paralyzed. There's been people who've been paralyzed and, is able to walk again. And, I don't know how bad it is for him, but, hopefully, one day, he'll be able to, use his legs again after going through, like therapy and everything else, And that really would be something amazing to see if he was able to do that. But, while he's gone from the sport, if he is indeed gone for good, he is a boxer that I can say I would miss. And moving on from that, this last weekend, y'all seen Carl Froch, destroy Lucian Bute. And, I thought that was a pretty good match. I thought it was. Cause, Lucian Bute, they were saying he was good, but, what turns out, he was just a lot of hype and careful matchmaking done for him. And, Carl Froch, while technically, in terms of, technical boxing skills, when it comes to that, Carl Froch ain't really, I don't know. He ain't really much of a technical fighter. He's okay, but he is, he's not what I would consider a true technical wizard. His jab is okay, and he is able to cut off the ring, but that is about it. He's known for going in there and finishing his opponents. Besides that, we got Wright, Winky Wright, Quillen. They're supposed to be fighting here pretty soon. Kid Chocolate. They also got the Antonio Tarver fight coming up. I'm surprised with Antonio Tarver, cause he one of them veterans. Been in there for a while. He in his 40s, and he's still doing good. He in better condition than Bernard Hopkins. And I'm interested to see how Tarver does in his next fight. Peter Quillen and Winky Wright, I'm interested to see their fight too in the rest of the fights on the undercard, they ain't really looking too interesting. So, and I'm not too worried about those fights, but I'm still gonna watch them. Then next week we got Manny Pacquiao and Tim Bradley, and the week after that, Julio Cesar Chavez and Andy Lee, fighting for Chavez's title. That's Chavez Jr. But main focus right now is the Pacquiao-Bradley fight. And as we get closer to the fight, you're seeing some stuff going on with the 24/7. You got things looking like they're going bad in the camp. They got Mariza coming out saying, yeah, it's all scripted. That's not what's going on. We're all on good terms with each other. They got Bradley up in there, confident. He joking around. He in a good mood. He in a good mood, and he ain't seeming like he wavering or nothing. He ain't seeming like he worried about the upcoming fight. He's not seeming like, he's worried about this amazing speed and amazing footwork, the power that that say Pacquiao has. And he do have the right game plan. Keep circling to his left, to the outside, take away Manny's left from him, cause that's something Manny can't deal well with. Using a jab, keeping Manny away, so Manny can't get in close and throw a combination, which is his main game plan. Now, people will say that I'm a Pacquiao hater. I do not hate Pacquiao. I've said this numerous times before. If y'all pay attention, listen to me. Y'all know this. I think Pacquiao is a good fighter. When it comes to going in there, giving it your all and trying to finish your opponent, swinging it. Pacquiao is a good fighter. A good boxer? No. He doesn't have technical ability, to be a good boxer, but he's a good fighter. And in boxing, I've heard Teddy Atlas say this before, you can get any guy off the streets, and he could throw punches at someone, but being somebody who's able to make adjustments, having a defense, that's something they have to learn. That's something they got to be taught. And Pacquiao, I have a feeling if he would have had a different trainer, not Freddie Roach, he would have been a better boxer. But that's the thing, they got both boxers and fighters in the sport of boxing. That's one thing. That's one thing that not many people understand. There's people who can do both. Like they have people like Bernard Hopkins. You got people like Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Ray, both Sugar Rays, Leonard and Robinson, both of them. They got fucking right now, Floyd Mayweather is the prime example. Some of the other people in other divisions, Andre Ward, Andre Durrell, Juan Manuel Marquez, Eric Morales. These are fighters who know how to make adjustments in fights. Adjustments that are actually noticeable. Not just, throw more punches or slow down and look for an opening to land a big punch. These are fighters who actually start doing something different, to work around what their opponent is doing and come up with a contingency plan, a backup plan, and if that one fails, they're able to come up with another one after that. And then you got fighters like, Sergio Martinez, Lucian Bute, as we just seen, fighters like Pacquiao, Amir Khan, who they are impressive offensively, but when it comes to defense, technical ability, making adjustments, they don't really have any adjustments than, look for an opening to get in close and land some shots or throw more punches. Manny Pacquiao, his most noticeable adjustment when you watch him fight, he gets hit with a big shot or continuously gets hit by a shot. What he does is he'll throw more punches. and get more aggressive, seem like he's getting frustrated, swing more wildly. Either that, or like in the past, what another thing he would do is he would slow down. You know, he would just stand there looking confused, not knowing what to do. That's one thing he used to do. But and then, you know, Freddie Roach would have to yell from the corner to do something. They're telling them to do something, not just, you know, sit around. You seen with Amir Khan, you know, he fight the same as Pacquiao, you know, get in close, throw that flurry, then get away. You know, when his opponent get close again, throw another flurry, get away. That's what Amir Khan does. But you seen when he had that guy like Adrian, what the fuck, not Adrian, but Lamont Peterson, you know, PED dude. Yeah, like you seen Peterson with the kept coming forward and kept pressure on Khan, and Khan, you know, didn't have nothing else to do except push him off or try to, you know, dance away from him. And you can see that, you know, he had no defense. He didn't know how to make an adjustment for that, and he was stuck like that the whole rest of the fight. You know, trying to push Peterson off him so he could get space, throw those combinations, and then skip away from him. You know, that's not making an adjustment. That's, you know, just fighting out of desperation because you got that one game plan and that's all you know. So whether things is going good or bad for you, since that's all you know, you're gonna stick to it. And that's what Pacquiao's main problem is. You know, Bradley, he can get in there and bang, but Bradley, although I haven't seen too much of him except like his recent fights, the one he had with Joel Casamayor, his last fight, which, you know, I thought was kind of bad for him. He couldn't knock that old man out. And, you know, it's one thing I've always said about Bradley is that, yeah, he looked solid. He looked like he's strong, but, you know, he don't really got a lot of power behind his hands. He ain't really got heavy hands, you know, in his 28 victories. You know, he's had 12 knockouts. You know, it's almost 50%, but not quite. And I seen his fight with Lamont Peterson. I seen his fights with Devin Alexander and Casamayor. I seen his fight with Kendall Holt. And you know, Bradley, he has okay speed with his hands. He ain't like lightning quick, and he does know how to move around and box when he needs to. He does have enough discipline and patience to do that. And how well he can do that is going to be the determining factor when he fights Pacquiao. Another thing is Bob Arum. He knows that interest for the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight is coming up. He knows that Pacquiao is his main cash cow. And, you know, depending on whether or not things is better with Chavez Jr., you know, Chavez Jr. might be leaving Top Rank if he's still having those problems with his contract that we're talking about not too long ago. So, Bob Arum needs to come up with something that he knows is going to guarantee him more money. And that could be Tim Bradley. But, you know, another thing is, you're not really hearing a whole lot of hype about this fight right now, except what's going on with 24/7. So, you know, Bob Arum's future agenda is another thing that's going to play a factor in this fight. Another thing is, you know, Pacquiao's heart. Is he going to be focused? And, you know, people talk about, well, he got the election coming up. He got those issues with his wife that he's trying to work over. He's trying to turn over a new leaf, be more devoted to God. So he's going to have distractions. Okay, you know, those are all positive changes, good things going on in his life. You know, Floyd Mayweather, you know, going to prison today. He reporting today to serve his 87-day sentence. You know, he been having this going on in court cases, and you ain't seen his confidence or mental state waver when he was getting ready to fight. So there's something for y'all to think about. I'm out.